We have learned that we are the ones who act. If we had been taught from the time we were young children that our sphere of action is our right to act is linked to what is good for us, and beyond that we don't have a sphere of influence, that we should not want to own things or people or objects or toys, whatever, because of our actions, then if we had learned to understand the ability that we have to act in a different way, we would have been trained in life in a different way. But now that we are so dependent on so inseparable from our action and the results of our actions, then we have to correct it. So for the results of the actions that we have performed, we'll have to just surrender. And this word is important, the most important word in the spiritual vocabulary, surrender. And it is the exact contrary of control. When we relinquish control, even the control over our actions, and what happens to us and our reactions, the reactions of what our actions would have been, then we surrender. So here we go from one paradigm to another. One is full spectrum dominance. It was stated by one of the think tanks of one of the major political powers in the world. That is the goal for the 21st century, according to them, full spectrum dominance. Mm-hmm. And we see what type of destruction that carbonic mentality, that matter-obsessed mentality is creating. Imperialism, exploitation. Not only they exploit the people who are and the resources of the earth of today, but they exploit the resources of the earth that would be normally used by the generations to come. We've already finished we've already consumed, we've already depleted the earth so much that the future generations, the ones who are yet to be born or conceived of, they're already deprived, due to our activities, of their fair due. So if you don't call this full spectrum dominance, then I don't know what else it could mean. Yes, and we see this full spectrum dominance, this dominance is the cause of every ailment, of every distortion, of every injustice in this world. It is greed controlled. It is controlled by greed. Then we have, what is the revolutionary thing to do? To shatter that paradigm, at least beginning from us, with us, and to replace it with the non-carbonic paradigm of surrender, of live and let live. There is Shiva 7,000 years ago or so gave a motto that Ananda Marga reproposed as its own motto. It says, Atma mokshartam jagat hitayacha, for self liberation, for the liberation of the self and the service of the universe and universal service. This is the mentality. In other words, we can say live and let live. They're the same. Self-liberation means live. It means live who you are, not your distortions. Truly live. Mhm. And let others cherish the ideal that others should also live according to their greater nature and should be allowed and encouraged and assisted in that endeavor. When these two are your commitments, then you leave behind that subhuman, half-human psychology of controller and controlled, which has made humanity for thousands of years hop from conflict to conflict, from war to war, from exploitation, from one form of exploitation to another. We are not the final product. We human beings are not the final product. The evolution of human beings was, has known other stages. We are the latest stage, but at this stage we continue to be trapped by this psychology of control, of me being something different, of one person being superior to another, and this is less than human. The new human psychology is that I am a child of the divine, I am the expression of the divine, and everything and everyone else also is an expression of the divine. And there is no superior, there is no inferior, there is no arena for oppression. It just dissolves, it becomes extinct. So, if it is true that a quantum leap has to be made by humanity to move to the next phase, which it seems moving towards at the moment, then it is predictable that this psychology of control, of this exploitative trend that remains in people's minds, sometimes expressed disproportionately, and sometimes hardly expressed, but anyway latent, still there, that this psychology will have to be discarded, will have to become extinct, and it will become extinct when the new human being, the neo-human, will awaken. It's a different mental condition. It's a different psychological condition, and to promote the advent of that new humanity, we do what we can as individuals.